most of them are not aware of is lahat tayo merong expiration date.
Oo.
Every individual has an expiration date. Meron? Yes, and it's written in what we call our telomeres.
Good afternoon, Coach Joey.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Dito tayo ulit sa ating kwentuhang kalusugan. So, meron tayong special guest ngayon. Special guest natin, si Mr. Robert Baranda. My mentor, yung ano siya ngayon, di ba? Still, di ba? Currently,
Yes,
training manager of
training manager of the future.
Slimmers World International. Welcome, Coach. Welcome to Robert Baranda.
Thank you, RG. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Glad to be here. Ang ganda ng programang ginagawa mo.
Oo nga. Kaya nga, yan ang pinaka namin sa Robert is to spread awareness nga, di ba? Dahil nga ang dami ng mga ngayon, mga unhealthy habits ng mga tao ngayon.
Correct. Correct. Actually, inisip ko nga yung sinabi mo Actually, sinusubaybayan ko yung mga episodes mo, yung mga napapanood ko Maganda yung topics mo. Actually, very current. Very current yung
Thank you for your support, Sir Robert.
Yes,
Salamat.
sabi ko, natutuwa ako. I'm very glad that you took this road of being very helpful. Very helpful sa natin. Not only to those who are like-minded like us. Kasi tayo, wala nang problema Alam na natin, ginagawa natin Alam na natin. You want to reach out to those hindi nakakaalam. Di ba? Yung who are not on the same page as we are. Kasi sa atin, kung tayo magkukwentuhan, madali yan. We are in an echo chamber. Nasa echo chamber tayo, kung ano yung sinabi mo, pareho, okay yan, okay yan.
Umiikot lang yung langit, di ba?
Oo, hindi na makalayo Dapat,
di ba?
makalabas. Ito ginagawa mo, makakalabas to. Well, in the hope na we reach out, that you reach out, at makatulong. Wala akong, I don't care. I tried before. Kaso nga lang, iba yung stamina to do this. This is different. This is different. This is a different stamina na kino-convince mo yung bingi. For the longest time, ang alam natin, bingi sila. Ayaw nila They refuse what we talk about. That's why we always end up in an echo chamber. Tayo na lang.
Diba?
Okay ka? Yun ang type mo. Ako rin, yun ang type mo. Ganda yan. Useless. How useless.
Revolution. Revolution na to. Dapat. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, di ba? Robert, revolution. Di ba?
Yes, and the topic you said, tungkol sa death. Sabi ko, ito
Oo nga.
Yes.
Basta siguro simulan natin sa ganun, di ba? Sa Robert.
Yes, because it's true. Ang dami.
Dami, di ba? Kahit sa ibang bansa.
Yes, the whole world.
Whole world.
Before we start that, sasabihin ko sa'yo, ang maraming, siguro, again, we are in an echo chamber. Alam ko, kung ano man sasabihin ko, malamang alam mo na yan. Pero ang mga nanonood, what most of them are not aware of is lahat tayo merong expiration date.
Oo nga.
We have an expiration date. Every individual has an expiration date. Meron? Yes, and it's written in what we call our telomeres.
Oo nga.
Di ba? Telomeres. And then it's a balance between your telomeres and your telomerase, the enzyme that perpetuates your telomeres. Ano yung telomeres? These are protein at the end of your masyadong antik, Pero I try to make it as simple para yung mga uninterested would be more interested. That's why I use the word expiration date. Kasi yung telomeres na yan, yung cells natin keeps dividing. 1 becomes 2. Every time it divides, to keep our structure, our cells, everything in our body, umiiksi yung telomeres na yon. Para siyang ng sapatos, yung sa sintas. Yung sintas sa sapatos, di ba yung dulo na matigas?
Oo nga.
Pag naubos yun, magiging buhaghag na siya, busalsal na siya Pagka nabusalsal na yung mga telomeres na yon, our cells cannot hold its structures, lasug-lasug na siya. That will mean our death. Talagang wala na. At some point, as healthy as we want to be, we're going to reach that point. we are all going to die. That is death. That is life. That is death. Meron tayo, we can live up to siguro 120 years, but we cannot live forever. At some point, our telomeres are going to expire, and we are going to expire, and we are going to die. Ganun ba? Yes. Ang tanong, ano ang sukatan? Ano sukatan ng telomeres natin at telomerase? ang hindi alam ng marami, our lives is dictated by our heart rate. Our hearts will only beat 6 billion times in a lifetime. Di ba?
Yeah, narinig ko na yan, Sir Rob. Ganda yan.
6 billion times. So how we manage that 6 billion times of heart rate, once we reach that 6 billion, not exactly 6 billion countdown, pero around that much, by that time, ubus na yung telomeres natin. That's when we say goodbye. But, so now, what we want to do is, first of all, is, syempre, pinag-usapan natin is death, longevity. Syempre, we want to prolong that. Ayaw natin dumating death sooner than that expiration date says. Gusto natin, dumating yung araw na yan, nagawa na natin lahat ng gusto natin gawin, tapos na, kumbaga, ano ka na, overstaying ka na bago ka mag-punch out. We want that. That's what we want. But, so, dyan papasok ngayon yung health and fitness lifestyle na piniprescribe natin. Kasi how we do it, sabi natin, paano yun? Pag kami nadali ko yung heart rate ko through exercise, kasi exercise is what we prescribe, di ba? We prescribe exercise. Di ba, yung tumataas ang heart rate ko pag nag-exercise ako? Kaso nga lang, a portion of your day, mataas ang exercise mo, ang heart rate mo during exercise. Pero, maiksi lang yun. Siguro a fraction of the day. Kaya nga, if you're going to exercise, we have to do it properly. Kung mali ang pag-exercise natin, hindi kasi sabi doon sa podcast, mag-exercise daw ako. So sobrahan ko. If 1 hour is good, then 2 hours is better. Then 3 hours is better. I'm practically living inside the gym, so I'll probably live forever. Di ba? Ganun mag-isip yung karamihan.
The more, the better, di ba?
Yes, parang
the more, the better. Oo nga, ganun sila mag-isip eh. Di ba? Yan ang natural concept eh, di ba?
Correct, di ba?
Tama.
Isang oras, sabi ni Sir RG, ni Coach RG, 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes in the gym, or 45. Sabi ko, hindi. Ngayon nga, so, the reason we prescribe a certain amount of time, kasi we want to make use of that para during that time na nagpapahinga ka, nagre-regulate yung heart rate mo, bumababa. It's only high during the time of your exercise, and it's low when you recover throughout the day. If done properly. That's why yung stress, pagka masyadong mataas ang heart rate mo, mabilis na mamatay. Diba? Kasi you are consuming that 6 billion heartbeats in a lifetime. Pagka masyadong mataas ang heart rate mo, kasi stress ka. Isa pa, yung stimulants. People, kaya nga umiiksi ang buhay ng tao kasi because of the onset of stimulant. If you remember very well, during one of my trainings, ewan ko if it was your batch, and I talked about the issue about stimulants. Sabi ko, sa bagay, itong stimulant na to, I will not mention the name. It's an energy drink.
Yeah, I remembered.
Delikado yun. Sabi ko, delikado yan. Sabi ko, hindi pa yun, uso pa lang yun. Sabi ko, down the road, that's going to pose as a health problem. Kasi, unang-una, yung VO2 max mo, tsaka yung resting heart rate mo, ay yung maximum heart rate mo, nagkikita, yung resting heart rate mo, tsaka yung maximum heart rate mo, nagkikita kasi taas ang taas yung heart rate mo eh. At some point, aside from the long-term ng telomeres mo, nauubos, pinag-meet mo yung dalawa. Yung maximum heart rate mo, tsaka yung resting heart rate mo. Kasi diba, resting heart rate mo, taas eh. Gustong-gusto mo yun. Kaya nga dumadami yung incidents of death because of that. That's one of the issues that I was pointing out a long time ago. Sabi ko, this will be a problem in the future. And now, it's becoming a problem. Doon sa mga, lalo na doon sa mga nagko-call center. Diba? Yung mga nagko-call center because ito yung go-to. Diba? Habulin nila. Yun nga yung concept nila eh. O di mag-i-exercise ako. Sabi, mag-i-exercise ako. But you don't get the whole picture. The whole picture is, yes, exercise if you sleep. Kasi when you sleep, that's when your heart rate goes down and you recover. That's when your telomeres are replicating and you get to recover. Kaso nga lang, Hindi gano'n na nangyayari. Over pa natin. And other factors that are affecting our lifespan is yung tinatawag na, sigurado you would agree on me on this, is yung the change ever since 1968 when the World Health Organization said this is how we should eat. The World Health Organization said we should eat this way: morning breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner.
Frequent eating.
Yes, frequent eating. Diba? The World Health Organization established that eating habit. Sila nagsabi that we should eat that way. Actually, we followed. Alam mo ba kung sino nag-dictate yan? The people who dictated that eating pattern are not even doctors, are not even nutritionists. It's the food manufacturers.
Exactly. You're right.
At kinuha nila yung idea na yan. Alam mo kanina na kinuha yung idea na yan? The food industry got that idea from our industry. From the industry.
Yeah.
That program is dedicated to growth. Pampalaki ng katawan yan eh.
Kaya, tama. Pero,
parang for us,
din ako yan eh. For a while, di ba? Yung small frequent meals, yung maya kumakain ka, tapos mamaya may time pa, gugising ka masiya, parang minom ng whey protein.
Kasi nga, it's all designed to make us grow.
Exactly.
Totoo, kasi pag kumain ka, magre-release ka ng insulin, which is the most anabolic hormone. You will release. Di ba? Kasi that's when you sinashove nung yung glucose sa loob ng muscle cell mo. You also, alongside that, your body will also release mTOR. Sinashove din ni mTOR, mammalian targeting of rapamycin, inside your cell. The protein inside your cell. So totoo eh. Actually, it worked for you.
Yeah,
diba?
exactly.
We are natural bodybuilders. Hindi tayo because we understood how the natural hormones of the body, the growth hormones of our body work. Bigyan mo, mag-release ka ng growth hormone. Not growth hormones. Mag-release ka ng insulin growth factor, mTOR, every 3 hours yan. And it's true. We got big. We have big muscles. Kaso nga lang, yung mTOR is also the key for cancer.
Exactly. Yan isa pang theory na data.
Disease. So kaya yung iba, lalo na ngayon yung mga bodybuilders, ang daming listahan. The list is enormous. Ang daming magagandang katawan and they're practically dying. Healthy body is supposed to be healthy. Kasi kinuha nga yung and it proved it worked. Kaya nga sabi ko sa Slimmers World, yes, it works. That works. Exactly what it says in the box. Sabi ng diet na to, lalaki ka, gaganda katawan mo, fantastic. It did. It worked. Diba? May mga candidates natin sa great bodies, yung mga bodybuilders, they're following the same program. But it's not the healthiest. It's not the healthiest. They're still dying. Yan yung tinatawag na FOFI. Yung tinatawag na FOFI.
Thin outside, fat.
Thin outside, fat inside. TOFI, yung iba, TOFI, thin outside, fat inside. Kaso nga lang sabi, hindi naman ako ng katawan ko, ba't ako naman? Sabi, hindi, FOFI ka. Fit outside, fat inside. Yan ang nangyari kasi it worked. Yung pala, at a certain age, you stop it. Your body is not what you want to grow anymore. Kaya nagkaroon sila ng mga bubble gut. Nagkaroon ng bubble gut yung mga bodybuilders. They keep scratching their heads. Si Philippe, hirap na hirap siya, di ba? He wants to win 10 Olympias. Nagpahinga siya ng 1 taon. Sinubukan niyang solvein yung bubble gut niya. Hindi niya ma-solve. Diba isipin natin, dali lang yan, di bawasan mo ka. Hindi nila magawa because yung mTOR outgrows the growth of his intestines or of his organs. Yung organs na outgrow yung muscle niya. Na-outgrow na, kaya nagbabubble gut ka. The same thing happened to Ronnie Coleman and same thing happened to the older bodybuilders. Once they reach about 35, hirap na sila eh. Na-outgrow na. They can't keep their symmetry anymore.
Pero yung mga duma, hindi, di ba sila Frank Zane, yung mga old bodybuilders, wala pang bubble gut that time.
Oo, wala silang bubble gut noon.
Sila Arnold Schwarzenegger, hindi rin.
Si Arnold retired early. Pansinin mo si Arnold, he was not even his 30s when he retired. He retired early. Wala rin wala yung mga old bodybuilders nun. Na malalaki ha. Nagsimula sila maglakihan. Panahon ni Victor Richards na malaki na sila. That's, nung ano na sila, nung katulad ni Ronnie Coleman sa ni what's his name? Idol ko yun. Si Dorian Yates. Dorian
Yates, yeah, nga pala.
Anyway, that eating program was the formula. And ever since that eating program was established in 1968, tumaas lang ng tumaas yung incidence of obesity, of ngayon we are living in times na accepted na may maintenance ka after 40. Diba? We're living in those times. Parang, 40 ka, wala kang maintenance. Uy, mag-check ka. Kailangan mo, may maintenance ka na. Diba? Ganun na yun eh. But before, back in the day, in the 70s, there's no such thing. Walang maintenance. That concept of may maintenance ka, walang ganun. It's only now. Dati nga eh. Ngayon, yung diabetes, before, if you remember, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this, it was a novel disease, ang diabetes. Nung lumabas once upon a time, when Gary V, sinabing may diabetes siya, it was like a rare condition. Kasi si Gary V, nung he came out, he was sick with diabetes. Uy, diabetes, ganun pala yun. Sakit sa ganun yun. Parang bago sa atin yun. Pero ngayon, everybody knows it. Like,
normal eh.
Normal na siya. Na normal na.
So, you mean to say, from 1968, doon nag-start yung parang abundance type of feeding, di ba? Mayat maya, kumakain tayo. Yan. Then, nag-start for growth, which is really good. Di ba? Pero dumami naman yung mga obese dahil nga dun sa, siyempre, continuous production ng insulin mo, di ba? Naging insulin resistant sila, di ba? So, yun. Ganda ng point na yun. From 1968.
Ang nag-enjoy dyan, yung food industry.
Yeah.
Actually, nag-aaway pa sila niyan eh. The grain growers and the meat growers. Kaya nga, di ba, nalilito tayo. Ano ba talaga masama? Eating red meat? Carbs. Ano ba talaga? Di ba? Di ba?
Dinimonize yung fat.
Itlog. Kasi these are lobbyists. Nilalabi nila yan eh. Di ba? Pinalabas pa nila for the longest time that coconut oil is really bad. It's the worst type. Di ba? Wala. Healthy siya.
Oo nga.
Healthy siya. For the longest time. Kasi it's all about lobbying. Because it's all about sales. Yun ang nangyari sa atin eh. Kasi I remember one of our colleagues in Slimmer's World. Ganun yung naging issue niya. Her husband was diagnosed with a heart condition. And the more they researched, the more they got confused. The more they got confused. Sabi dito sa article na to, grains daw is the food for champions. Dapat grains, cereals every morning. Ito, sabi, yung eggs daw is a complete food. Lahat daw ng vitamins nasa egg yolk, pwede lang ang vitamin C. So this it will take care of itself, yung cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. Sabi ko, alam mo, the more you research, the more you get confused. Yun, namatay din. Kasi, namatay din. Kasi, I mean, sa totoo lang, it's really confusing. It's confusing.
Tama. Sabi nga, may narinig nga ako dati sa Rob, yung mga science, parang it's constantly changing eh, di ba? Parang is a journey daw, hindi pa daw ito yung destination. Ganito yung alam ko, ngayon, iba na. Tapos iba. Yes. Pero what's good about it, practice nito. Alam ko ngayon kung ano mas effective, di ba? Ano yung mas maganda. Yes. Practice. Trial and error in the case. Hindi lang study. Trial and error.
Yeah. Actually, they kept it from us. I remember. Sana wala masyadong makapanood nito. Kasi very controversial talaga yung masasabihin ko eh. Very controversial experience.
Rob, accepted na talaga ang controversy sa nutrition nowadays. Dahil kahit na ako sa lahat ng podcast na pinapanood ko, away dito, away dyan, yung mga carnivore diet versus vegan versus this versus that. Pero okay na, for sure, accepted na yan, yung controversy na yan. Go.
Itong controversy na to one thing kasi I realized, ang ano ko, in my journey, the easiest, most effective, most sensible way of doing it is fasting.
Correct.
Fasting.
I agree.
It's fasting.
100%.
It's fasting. Diba tayo? We were together when we started this.
Yeah.
Diba? This was 2016, 2015.
Bago ako umalis yan, 2016 ako eh. Umalis eh. Mga 2015, mga ganyan.
2015, 2016 yan eh. When we started this, no? Nauna ka sa akin ng 1-2 buwan.
Oo nga, mga
diba?
ganun. Binasa pa natin yung book ng Renegade Diet, diba? Yung libro ng Renegade Diet.
Sabi ko, kasi it makes sense actually. And I realized, kasi before, si Mix was works in a place before where they had a lot of medical conventions. Nakaka-attend ako ng medical conventions. And always, kada medical convention, there was a bashing, they dedicate a place to bash fasting. Talagang binabash nila, ayaw nila.
Siyempre, hindi kikita. Hindi sila kikita.
Sabi ko, kasi wala silang kita kasi, sabi ko nga eh, bakit kaya galit na galit sila? Until I conducted an interview. Meron akong interview before on live TV. And I said, delikado nga yan kasi uncharted regions yan. But when I studied it, when I looked into it, sabi ko, and I practiced it, we practiced it. Okay ang sarap, everything is positive, everything. Di ba? Ang classic, ang lagi kong sinasabi, kasi it was a study on autophagy kay Ozumi. Di ba? That's the paper that we based it on. Yung kay Ozumi, di ba? Yung kay Nakatori Ozumi. Yung it was based on his study, Nobel Prize winning study, 2016. Na yung pala ang solusyon, fasting, kasi may autophagy. And for people to realize what autophagy is, sabi ko, the classic example is yung mga bata lansangan dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya mga bata lansangan dito, kumakain yan, marumi. I just watched, I eat, kumain siya, eksakto sa loob, dumukot siya ng pagkain sa loob ng basurahan, kinain niya from the trash into his mouth. Wala, seamless. Talagang kinain niya. Sabi ko, what? Look at that. Diba? Pag a normal person would do that, E. coli infection yan. I mean, ang dumi sabi ko. Sa loob, dinukot niya sa loob ng basurahan, dire-diretso sa bibig niya. They don't die. Bakit? Bakit pag tayo gumawa nun, we die? Lumalangoy, nakikita mo sila lumalangoy sa baha. Hindi sila nagkaka-leptospirosis. I don't think pagka natutulog yan sa kalsada, I don't think nag-aircon yan o may kulambo yan. Kung saan na lang maipikit ang mata niyan, dyan na papapakin na ng lamok yan. Hindi nagkaka-dengue. Di ba? I mean, bakit? Why? Sabi nung, I remember before, kasi sanayin mo sa dumi yung anak mo. How does that work? I don't get that. Sanayin mo ng konting dumi yung anak mo, sanayin mo. Kakasakit siya, ma-hospital yan, gagastos ka. I tried it, believe me. It didn't work. It didn't work. The real reason kung bakit gano'n is because they are inadvertently fasting. Kasi lang makakain eh. Lang makain every other day lang kakain yan eh. Inadvertently fasting yan, mga yan.
Pati yung mga yun, kinakain na ng katawan. Yung dumi.
Oo, dumatay na sa Pasig River yun. Hindi nagkakasakit.
Recycle lang katawan.
Sinusubo pa yung tubig, hindi bugas. Sabi ko, what? Galing, sabi ko. I mean, we see it every day, pero we don't pay any attention to it, pero that's true. Why are their immune system so fantastic? Fantastic. Tayo pinagdidirihan natin. But if you look at it in the lens of a person who wants to get an immune system as strong as theirs, pagdidiri nakikita ko. I can see a person who can survive anything. If they can survive that, wala sila dapat pinagdadaanan sa buhay nila. Eh tayo, sugod na sa ospital yan. Diba? Tayo, konting antibiotic. Konting ubo-sibon.
Totoo lang. Yan ang isa sa mga benefits na talagang ramdam ko. Immune system. Mula nung nag-start ako ng fasting. Talagang, before, sobrang sakitan eh. Every 2 weeks, flu. Dahil overworked. Ano pala ako sa Manila Pen, overwork, pero nag-start ako ng fasting. Sobrang tumibay.
Correct.
Diba? That's
I mean, that's the
autophagy.
secret. Ayaw ng, I mean, the pharma, the big pharma doesn't want us to know this. Ayaw nila niyan kasi, I mean, pasing-tabi na lang po sa mga pharma kasi, totoo eh.
So,
I mean,
naman,
first, I realized this, nung nasa Mercury drug ako, bumibili ako sa palok eh. May binibenta sa Mercury na palok, masarap yun eh. Hintay akong ganyan, tabi ko, pinabasa sa akin matanda yung listahan. Pakibasa nga kung kung ano yung listahan, essential list. Essential list po yan. Ang daming listahan ng gamot. Sabi niya, binigay niya doon sa babae, sa pharmacist. Sabi niya, paki-compute niya kung magkano to. Kinompute, bumalik yung babae, ma'am, 14,000. Sorry. 24,000. Sabi niya. Okay. Sige, kalahatiin mo yan. Kalahati daw. Kalahati lang nun ang bibili niya. So, cut everything in half. Tapos, okay, so ito na, yan. Binigay na. Ito pa, may isa pang listahan. Ito, buuin mo to. Importante to eh. Magkano to? Another 14,000. Sabi ko, 12,000 plus 14,000, 26,000. Wow, sabi ko, mahal, laki ng babayaran niyo. Oo, ganun talaga pag tumatanda. Ako natakot. 26,000 isang buwan.
Kailangan mo pa lang pag-ipunan.
Oo, sabi ko, natakot ako. Nagsimula daw yun sa isang sakit. Tapos, yung gamot, may side effect. Binigyan siya ng gamot for the side effect. Tapos yung combination ng dalawang gamot, meron na
Band-aid principle ang tawag nila dyan, di ba? Band-aid principle. Kung ano yung mga symptoms, gagamutin, band-aid, okay. Pero naman dito sa kabila, okay, band-aid. Hindi talaga di ba? Na-addressing the root.
That's when I realized, sabi ko, wow, something is wrong. Something is really wrong. Something is wrong. Sabi ko, fitness is our... The problem was solved in 2016 by Nakatori Ozumi.
Yeah.
Autophagy.
Through autophagy.
Through fasting.
Right.
Autophagy. I have a friend.
So we're clear on that.
Personal story ko. A friend ko, dito sa neighbor namin, lumipat na nga pala ako sa Antipolo. I don't think he'll mind if I mention his name. Hindi naman siya prominent na eh. Si Kelvin, sabi niya. Ang lungkot niya, napadaan ako, nagpapasyal ako ng aso. Pare, nagpaalam na ako sa misis ko. Ha? Bakit? Naiyak-iyak siya eh. Nagpatingin ako sa doktor. Sabi niya, pare, may bara puso ko. Diabetic pala ako. Kaya pala ako hirap na hirap, sumisikip dibdib ko. Ano sabi? Pare, kailangan ko mag-angioplasty. Kasi he was thinking of selling his cars. Mayaman naman siya. Sabi niya, ito na. Nagbibili na siya for short. He was in his 30s. Pero sabi ko, pare, mag-fasting ka kaya? Fasting, pare, ganito, ganyan. I explained it to him, how it works. Ganyan. Siyempre, he jumped into it kasi emergency eh. So, nag-18 hours siya, tapos 24 hours. Not only did he lose weight and has a fantastic body, pina-check niya uli yung bara sa puso niya na wala na, pati yung pamamaga na wala.
Nice.
No? Now, sabi ko, so that's the solution kasi nga, autophagy will eat the protein in our bodies. Especially this protein. Napakalat-kalat sa katawan natin. Kakainin lang niya yan. Kakainin niya. So there is a solution. Actually, this solution is not very attractive, especially sa World Health. They're going to think this is very silly. It's a silly solution. It's wala yan, kalokohan yan. That's what they'll say. I expect. Kasi bakit? Walang kikita dyan. Walang pera dyan, Chong.
Free treatment.
Advice mo? Walang pera dyan. Actually, yung
gamot, wala pang pagkain, di ba?
Actually, yung fasting na yan, I'll include it in our program in Slimmer's World. In Biometrics 2.0.
Nice, huh?
Cool. Ang bagong natin sa Slimmer's World is slimmer, healthier, happier.
Nice. Ang ganda ng movement.
Kasi ang happier, one thing that we realized, especially in the great bodies, nag-screening kami, a lot of them suffered depression and anxiety. Diba? I mean, ang dami nag-struggle dyan during the pandemic. Depression and anxiety. And then, Sabi ko, ano solution dyan? So funny as it may sound, it's fasting. Because fasting also releases what we call BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor. Di ba? Yun yung fertilizer ng brain natin. Kasi nga, yung dopamine, kasi dopamine, the hormone, I heard you talking about it. So, i-connect ko lang dito. Hormones like dopamine should be produced, should be produced, transferred, and received. So, tatlong actions yon. Kung nag-produce ka, hindi naman gumalaw, useless, hindi naman na-absorb, yung ano, ma-receive, yung receptors. Ang problema kasi, yung receptors sira. Kung saan mo tatanggapin, yung saksakan ba? Yung saksakan, how would you call this? Yung saksakan, the receptors, where the hormones should be received, sira na or gastado na. What BDNF does, it's like fertilizer of the brain and of your neurons, nire-repair niya yun. So, nagkakaroon ka kasi kahit ang ganda-ganda na ng katawan, hindi pa rin masaya. Kahit ang ganda-ganda na ng buhay mo, hindi ka pa rin masaya. Bakit ganun? Kasi wala nang reward system. The brain does not receive the hormone dopamine anymore. Wala na. So depression all the way, walang reward. So we want to fix that also. Sabi ko, we just don't want them to be fit. We want them to be healthy. Because now, we are starting to realize that those are two different issues. Being fit and being healthy are two different things. Kasi dati parang synonymous yan. If you're fit, you're healthy. Nope. Madaming fit na namamatay. Madaming fit na nagkakaroon. Yun na nga lang sila. Pag ganda ng katawan, pag tinignan mo, magre-resign na pala. Kasi may arthritis. Sabi ko, pagpigil. But it's not the same. Being healthy and being fit. It's not the same.
True.
So we want to prevent that. Siyempre, may death. Siyempre, huwag naman tayong puro gloom and doom. Mamatay tayo, mamatay. We want everyone to make use of their expiration date, if I may say so. Gusto ko everybody lives out to use up all 6 billion heartbeats in their lives. 6 billion. Sabi ko, ganun pala karami, 6 billion, no? It will take a lifetime to count. Ganun pala kadami yun. So, actually, fasting or regulating, sabi ko, exercise is still a good idea. Sabi ko, exercise. Bakit exercise? Tumataas nga yung heart rate mo. Oo, kasi nga nire-regulate natin. More importantly is when we build muscle. Sabi ko, ngayon ko lang Kasi remember, when we were still back in Slimmers World, sabi ko, pare, pagdating ko ng 40s, ayoko na magpalaki. Gusto ko lean na lang ako. Diba? Remember that? You said that? Hirap na kunti ng size. Ngayon, I changed my mind. I'll try to be as big as possible. Still, naturally. Sabi ko, I'll still try to be as big as possible. That's why I'm trying to gain as much. Bakit? As much muscle. Kasi nga, we found out that what's causing all our problems, our ills in our life, is how we manage sugar and insulin. Diba? How we manage it. Diba? Yun ang na-realize natin. That's creating all the problems. It creates inflammation, yung nagkakaroon ka ng stress, yung tawag dito, yung all these issues, lahat na is caused by how we manage sugar. Ang mechanics ng sugar, if you eat sugar, yung sugar pupunta sa dugo, tapos mapupunta sa dugo, blood sugar, maglalabas ka ng insulin. Yung insulin, itutulak yan sa loob ng cells. Diba? That's the narrative. Kaso nga lang, hindi natin in-explain, saan tinutulak yan? Saan sinasaksak yan? Diba? Ideally, sa mitochondria, gagamit mo. Paano kung hindi mo nagamit lahat? Saan itutulak yan? Diba? Itutulak yan. The only part of the muscle that stores glycogen is your liver and your muscle. Kung wala kang muscle, saan mo itutulak yung sugar na yun? Wala eh. Diba? Pakalat-kalat lang sa dugo yun. Kasi wala kang storage eh. The more muscles you have, the more storage. That's why, if you remember back in the day, we get away with eating a lot. Binge eaters tayo, di ba?
Binge eater tayo. Yeah, exactly. Kami dalawa. Binge eater.
Lakas natin kumain. And we get away with it. Di ba? We get away with it.
Eh,
And
hindi
you
ka
can tell, you yourself, you used to be overweight, di ba? Your
Kaya,
history before, yung bata-bata ka. Eh
bata-bata
bakit
yan.
mas malakas din ako kumain yun. Malakas ako kumain. Ba't hindi ako tumataba ngayon? Kasi mas marami kang muscle mass noon. So yung mga kinakain mong carbs, may pinupuntahan. Eh kasi di ba, Yoshinoya, kain tayo, dami yung 10
Yoshinoya days,
diba?
yeah.
Hindi na
Baconator
sinusuka.
pa. Tama mo.
Niluluto
Baconator.
We get away with it because we have a lot of muscle mass. We regulate our blood sugar more efficiently if we have more muscle mass. Kung wala kang muscle mass, kung konti, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
Control mo yung kain mo. Kumbaga, hindi ka gaya, mas may leeway tayo eh. It's you know,
mas
kaya
may alam.
ngayon, my brother's birthday. Dami ko kinain cake. Sabi ko na sarap eh. Dami ko kinain cake, ice cream pa. Sabi ko na, I can get away with it. I can get away with it kasi tomorrow fasting na naman ako. Diba? Yung mga carbs na kinain ko, kahit madami yan, yes, magre-respond yung katawan ko, magkakaroon ng inflammation. But it's going to regulate itself. It's not going to remain high. Una-una, kailangan ko rin ng insulin. Kailangan ko rin, we all need insulin. Ako, in the middle of the week, I have to take my insulin. Kasi insulin is not the enemy eh. Sugar is not the enemy. And when people who are in this discussion, ang katapos-tapusan naman, hindi, masama pala talaga ang carbs. Masama. Hindi sila masama. We just have to regulate it. Kasi, importante din ng insulin eh. At ang carbs, pag wala ka niyan, hindi ka naman makapag-absorb ng electrolytes. Kaya alam ko na I need carbs. Kunyari, kagaya tomorrow, hindi ako magka-carbs. Tuesday, kasi magka-36 hours ako eh. 36 hours. Tapos, Monday, wala. Tuesday, wala. Walang carbs yan.
Yan ang kailangan namin sa'yo, i-extract from you yung paano bang mo ngayon? Paano eating habits mo ngayon? Fasting.
Actually ngayon, I eat 1 meal a day. Tapos, I go off on Saturday and Sunday. I go off my diet. Tapos, I go 36 right after that. After this, I go 36. 36 hours ako. Kunyari, last week, mamaya.
After my cheat day, 42 hours. After the
42 ka. 40,
Ang ganun ako
36.
Pag cheat, automatic, the next day, ako kain. Kakain ako yung the day after na.
Tuesday na ako kakain. Pagkatapos ito kain ko. Tuesday na ako kakain. So, kasi may iba-ibang purpose yung fasting na yun. May iba-ibang purpose. Tapos yan, 1 meal a day na ako na walang carbs hanggang Thursday. Madami. Pero pagka kumain ako, don't get me wrong ha. When I eat a lot.
Alam ko
fasting is different from starvation.
Exactly.
Fasting is different from starvation ha. I want them to fast.
You need to nourish yourself.
Yes, you have to nourish yourself. Kain ako ng walang fat ng Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, pinakikiramdaman ko na yung sarili ko. Thursday, when I start feeling cramps, or Wednesday when I start feeling cramps, usually nararamdaman ko yung cramps ko sa forearms at sa abs. Okay, that means I have to consume carbs. Pero usually, gusto ko, Thursday na ako kakain ng carbs.
So parang pareho tayo, Sir Robert, parang cyclical type of keto
yes,
diet, cyclical
type. Tinatawag na carb cycling.
Carb cycling, parang exactly.
Yes, I cycle my carbs. At yung carbs ko, I make sure I address it. Kasi when I consume carbs, kakain muna ako ng kangkong. Tapos yung kanin ko, hindi na ako nagpe-plain rice. Dati plain rice ako eh. Hindi na. Lagi lalagyan ko pa ng butter siya. Because fat has a very benign reaction on your insulin.
In your insulin, exactly. Insulin
so I dress up my carbs, I dress up my rice, lalagyan ko ng butter o isisakan ko siya. Para pagka kinain ko, hindi siya tuloy-tuloy. Hindi na pa-flood yung blood ko ng sugar.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi ganda yun. Parang do not eat your carb naked, sabi nila.
Correct. That's what I do. Tapos yan, pagdating ng Saturday, kahapon, off na naman ako. And so on and so forth. Sabi ko, 1 meal a day ka lang. Sabi ko, ba't ang laki mo pa rin? Sabi ko, kasi nga, first of all, fasting releases growth hormones.
Yeah.
Diba? It releases growth hormone. Mas nape-present pa yung muscle mo. It also releases testosterone.
I
It
get the same
increases.
question, Sir Robert, ganyan din ako. Fasting ka ng ganyan, pero ba't ang laki mo pa rin? Di ba? I
Yes.
get the same question. Tapos
Oo,
man,
sabi ko
ganyan,
sa'yo.
hindi ka kumakain, pero ba't ganyan pa rin? Di ba?
Oo, some of them
Tama.
they don't believe me. Sabi ko, they don't believe me. Hindi ka kakain. Hindi ako kakain. Bukas na ako kakain. Bukas na. O kaya, kanyari, Monday. Bukas na ako kakain. Bukas na. Huli kong kain noong linggo. Sabihin ko, Tuesday na ako huli kakain. And there are times na 72 hours.
Pero, ano itsura ng meal mo? Sir Rob? Yung OMAD.
Mind to share your OMAD meal?
Ang meal ko is heavy on fat, protein. I get it. Okay, ganito ang meal ko. Almost palagi kasi sa akin, para akong aso eh. Ano ako eh, creature of habit ako eh. Pag lang na kumain ako, dog food eh. Kakain ako, bibigyan ko niyan. Kangkong, 2 tali ng kangkong. I'll either steam it and eat it with bagoong, or gigisa ko siya sa bawang with butter and garlic. Garlic butter. Yun, kakainin yun. Marami yun. That's bulky. Parang yun na yung kanin ko. Tapos, kakain ako ng kalahating kilong meat. Either pork or beef. Ayoko ng chicken kasi may buto eh. Lugi. Lugi. Ako naman tayo. Aling na masyado tayo sa ano eh. Sulit. Dapat sulit eh. Kasi. Oo, kasi.
Breast chicken.
Breast chicken. Breast chicken yan. Kasi pag gusto ko eh. Ang problema kasi sa breast chicken, ang baba ng fat content. If you choose kasi, ang problema kasi choose, if we follow our old protocol, dapat lean. You'll end up starving your body.
Dati lean, di ba? Is good. Pero ngayon, di na. Kailangan may kasama na siyang fat. Parang mas absorbable fat.
Hindi lang yon. Kasi hindi mo mamimit yung caloric requirements mo.
It has to be caloric.
Kaya nga kumakain pa ako ng walnuts, peanuts, just to make that caloric requirement. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang hirap kainin. Imagine, in one meal, kakainin mo 2,500 calories.
Exactly.
Subukan mo kainin nyo ng lean. Walang yan. Ang daming karne nun. Ang daming egg whites nun. Hindi mo mamimit yun. You cannot. You eat egg whites in one sitting? Come on. That's putik yan. Suffering na mahihirapan ka. Lagyan mo ng flavor. Not only does fat give you flavor, pero fat also at cholesterol. We are so afraid. Isa pa yan, cholesterol. We are so afraid of cholesterol.
Yeah, more controversial. Cholesterol.
Cholesterol. Ito sabihin ko sa cholesterol. A lot of people died during the pandemic. Bakit? Kasi ang daming sa kanila kulang sa vitamin D3. Tama? Na? Pagka sinugod ka sa ospital, bubombahin ka ng vitamin D3. Gawa-gawa din ng World Health Organization to eh. Di ba? So, ano solusyon ba sa vitamin D? Sunshine, di ba? Sunshine, di ba? Bakit nagagaling yung vitamin D sa sunshine? Di ba? Hindi. It converts. It converts to vitamin D3. Question, what is converted to vitamin D3? Di ba sa atin in-explain yun, di ba? Di ba sabi, nako-convert? Ano yung kino-convert? You know what it is? Cholesterol. Cholesterol is converted into vitamin D3 through sunshine. If wala kang vitamin D3, wala kang cholesterol, kahit magbilad ka sa araw, wala din. Di ba? Wala din. Sabi nila, ang cholesterol kasi, it's like an ambulance in the scene of a crime. It is always in the scene of the crime. It never caused the accident. What really causes the accident is insulin and sugar. Kasi sila yung nagkukause ng inflammation. Ang cholesterol, hindi naman nagkukause ng inflammation yan eh. Kasi ang cholesterol should permeate your blood vessels easily. Kasi para maka-enter sa cells natin yan, di ba? Dapat nakakalabas yan. Kaya lang hindi yan nakakalabas kasi namamaga yung walls ng arteries natin. Hindi sila makalabas. Di ba? Tapos, sila na rin yung magre-repair ng mga damage. Pinipilit nilang gawin yan. Sa nagkukos ng bara. Actually, ang nagkukos ng bara yan is yung pamamaga ng mga walls. The narrowing of the blood vessels. The narrowing of the blood vessels increases our heart rate and it creates blockages. So it's not really the cause. Ang cause niyan, sa totoo lang, is actually ngayon, di ba, if you know me, kung kumain ako dati, takot na takot ako sa taba. Takot na takot ako, di ba? Di ba?
Yung
Nahihiya
Rob,
ako sa akin
egg
kumain ng
yolk,
taba. Ha?
egg yolk, yung anong take mo sa egg yolk?
Yes,
Egg yolk.
ako kumain ako ngayon, egg yolk na, kasama na eh.
Oo,
Kasama na.
apat full egg. 4 eggs a day ako eh. Pero nag-egg
Diba?
ka.
Dati lang, kita mo yung ex ko, di ba? Puro puti lang. Nakikinabang
Parehas
sila
tayo
Donel.
sa kwento.
Kain. Ngayon,
Tama,
hindi na.
tama.
I eat
Ako rin.
everything.
Exactly.
I eat everything. I eat everything. Kasi otherwise, sabi ko,
Yung meet yung caloric requirements mo.
oh, you know, kasi kung hindi ko ma-reach yung caloric requirements ko, I eat around, going back, no, half kilo of meat, nuts, eggs. I eat
Eggs
about
silang
3 to 4 whole eggs. Tapos
Whole egg,
kalahating kilo either pork steak or ground beef. I don't get the lean ground beef.
Oh, yeah.
Ang binibili ko yung ground beef lang, ground beef. Yan. Sir, sasabihin sa akin na nagtitinda, sir, masyadong mataba. Yun nga gusto ko eh.
Yun ang
Tsaka kailangan mo ng collagen. Collagen. Sabi ko, collagen kasi, di ba, remember, back in the day, you always complain. Oo nga, lumalaki ka nga, lumalakas ka. Taas ng injury mo. Di ba, muscle injuries, lagi tayo napupull, lagi tayong nag-tear. Bakit? Kasi kulang tayo sa collagen. Kasi lagi natin iniiwasan, isa pa yun, yung collagen na, yung sa bulalo. Eh, wag yan, yung litid, mataba yan. That's pure protein. Sana ba gano'n? Di ba?
Tama.
Di ba ngayon, bumibili ako ng makeup. Sir, puro litid yan, wag yan, sabi sa akin. Yun nga gusto ko eh. Litid eh. Litid kasi, di ba, ang notion natin, litid, tabayan, di maganda yan. Hindi, unang-una, sarap kaya ng litid. Pangalawa, protein, that's pure protein. Tendon is pure protein. Hindi naman yan ang fat eh. And even if there was fat, I'd eat the fat. I need my calories to be up. I need my calories to be up.
Question, Sir Rob. What
Yes.
about yung, di ba sinasabi nilang, you are what you eat. Parang, sabi na, kunwari, yung fat ng animal is coming from, ganito, yung mga corn-fed na, or feeds, yung mga, mga baboy, or ganyan. Hindi yung mga, hindi siya farm-raised, hindi siya organic, ganyan. Hindi bad fat, parang ganun. Anong take mo sa ganyan?
Sales pitch yun eh. Well, yeah, to a certain degree, siguro it works when it comes to your
Di ba ganyan din? Sabi
organic gut gut microbiome. When it comes to your gut microbiome, it helps, yes. Pero sa totoo lang, with fasting, everything is reset when you fast. Everything is reset. Sabi ko nga, you can get away with anything when you fast. Sabi ko, tinanong ako, kaya paano umiinom ako? That's okay, magpa-fasting ka na. The body will reset itself. Diba?
Nice logic.
We can get away nga. Hindi nga tayo nagpa-fasting, we can get away with it eh. Eh, paano ko nagpa-fasting? What happens? Your body will reset itself. It will reset itself. Oh, it's going to be, arguably, there are benefits when it comes to grass-fed. Yes. Pero sa totoo lang, kagaya na dito sa Pilipinas, saan ka maghahanap ng grass-fed? Saan ka maghahanap dito ng grass-fed? Ano lang sa inyo?
Mahal.
You have the luxury. You have the luxury. We don't have. Hindi ka pwede maging choosy dito. Magiging choosy ka dito. Saan ka maghahanap ng grass-fed? Diba? Wala ka magiging sa SNR. SNR ka, putik yan. Mahal. Grass-fed.
Hindi, sinabi mo, Sir Rob, yung logic na you can get away with it kasi dahil sa fasting, di ba? Dahil sa auto-fast. Parang may cleaning, ka naman. Okay lang, kahit medyo madumi, may maglilinis naman. Nare-reset ka naman.
Yes, nare-reset naman. Kasi biruin mo, tayo, we get away with it. We get away with it. We live long and healthy lives, relatively healthy lives, consuming that without fasting. Eh, pag nag-fast ka, nagkakaroon ka ng autophagy, nare-reset ka. Yung isa nga sabi niya, umiinom siya. Kilala mo nga pa nga to eh. Hindi ko nababanggitin, baka mapanood niya to eh. Nagiinom siya. Sabi ko, pare, mag-fasting ka. Fasting, sige, fasting siya. Pare, umiinom ako, humina ako uminom. Diba? It's your body resetting yourself. Humina siya dati. lakas siya uminom, 6 na bote, wala pa siyang tama. Ngayon, 2 bote, di ko na kaya. Sabi ko, di ba? So you don't have to overwork your liver anymore. You can still drink. I can still, di ba? You can still live your life. Kasi sabi ko, ayoko naman like before. Kasi we shackled people before from living their lives. Para lang to be fit. Mabuhay ka naman. Let's live
Mabuhay ka
life.
naman. Subukan
Diba?
ko yan. Oo, egg white, tapos chicken breast na parang
Diba tayo nun? At people, yung mga
hardcore.
gustong gumaya sa atin, masyadong hardcore yan, di ko kaya. Totoo,
Ito,
mahirap na.
tuna hinuhugasan si Robert, yung tuna hinuhugasan. Lasa
Tapos
ng
walang
tuna.
lasa.
Walang lasa.
Ano yan, kamote? Sabi ko, kamote. Sabi ko, ano yan, walang buhay. Ito ngayon, at least, now, we can live our lives knowing. At saka isa pa, ito ang pinakamalupit. All of this is grace from God. Fasting is grace from God. Matagal na sinabi sa atin yan. Fasting. It's in the Bible. It's in all of the holy books. Dasal tayo ng dasal. Lord, huwag niyo po akong bigyan ng sakit. Nagkasakit ka, gagalit ka kay God. Ba't ka magagalit kay God? Sinabi na nga yung solusyon, hindi mo lang ginawa eh. Di ba? Sinabi, we kept praying, Lord, ayoko, save us from cancer, the big C. Alam mo ba one of our close friends, I don't know if I should mention this. Anyway, one of our close friends sa gym, he was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer. Sabi ko, sir, kamusta? Kasi pagkatapos nung operasyon ko noon, I was just starting fasting din. Sabi ko sa kanya, sir, pa-check mo na yung dugo mo sa stool. O nga eh. Sabi ko, sir, mas maganda na elective yung surgery mo kesa emergency. Diba? Kasi baka, ano yan? Sabi ko, baka mas madali. Pagbalik niya sa akin, sabi niya, bad news, pare. Colorectal cancer. Bad news, di ba?
Yeah.
Sabi niya, ano ba lang niya, sir? Sabi niya sa doktor, sabi ko sa kanya, never ako chemotherapy. Uubusin niyo lang ang pera ko, mamamatay lang din ako. Gulat ako. Yung sinabi niya, so ano ba lang niyo, sir? Wala. Kung mamamatay ako. Ano lang, schedule lang siguro. Sabay na lang kayo sa akin, sir, mag-fasting niyo. Sige. Tama. Rather than not do anything about it. Fasting siya. Fasting siya ng 24 hours. That was 2016. 2015, about the same time. 2015 yan. Hindi pa Nobel Prize winner si Usumi nun.
Yeah.
So, ano siya? Ano ba nangyari nun? Nag-fasting siya. 2020, he was cancer-free. May kausap kami. Imagine that, breast cancer survivor yung kausap namin. Sabi niya, alam mo, bilib na bilib ako sa mga cancer survivor. Ang taas ng respeto ko sa inyo. Sabi ni sir. Sabi ko niya, sir, cancer survivor ka rin, di ba? Ay, oo nga. Nakalimutan niya. He went through his cancer seamlessly. Na nakalimutan niya na nagka-cancer siya. Sabi niya, sir, nagka-cancer ka. Mas malapit niya yun sa'yo eh. Mas mababa survivability ng colorectal kaysa ng breast cancer. Konti lang nagsusurvive dyan. No? Sabi ko, na-survive ko yun . Hindi niya napansin that he had to go through it. Yun ang, that's why fasting is a gift. It's grace from God. Hindi na sa atin God. All we have to do is, follow His word. It's a gift from God. Sabi ko. I mean, in all the holy books, it's in the Quran, it's in the Bible, it's in all the holy books. Sigurado, I mean, how can you say it's wrong? Years yan, eons. Tested yan.
Parang natural yan eh, nung ancestors time, di ba? Pero nagkaroon nga tayo ng abundance, so nasanay tayo sa may akain, di ba?
Correct, nasanay tayo. Simula na nagkaroon ng refrigerator, natuto tayo magtanim.
Yeah, agriculture.
The concept of agriculture. Yan, tapos hindi pa nakontento yung food industry. Inutusan pa tayo, kain kayo every 3 hours. doon talaga nagkahetot-hetot eh. Yun. Pero it
Breakfast
worked
is the
for
most
us.
important meal. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
In fairness, for us it worked.
Mm.
I won't vilify that. It's still an option. Fasting will be a tool. A balanced meal is still optimum. Ganun pa rin. Ganun pa rin ang gagawin. Pero we have to use all the knowledge that we have. These are all collections of knowledge. Meron tayong fasting, may keto, merong at some points we use this as tools. It's in our toolbox, it's in our arsenal to help our clients. To help anyone, not just our clients, anyone who approaches me. Kilala mo naman ako eh. Lahat na lumapit sa akin, alam mo. Hindi ako, bayad mo, wala akong bayad. Wala akong bayad, hindi kita papamatay ka sa akin. Hindi ako ganun. Anyone who approaches me, casually, kahit nga ito nga eh, kausap ko lang kanina yung security guard ng village namin. I was helping him. Ngayon, tinutulungan ko siya kasi pinautang ko pa. Well, actually, binigay ko na sa kanya. Because I want to help him. Actually, the things we learn, that's why I like what you guys are doing because you're helping people. Diba, ito, kung makakapanood dito, hindi ka masisingil. Parang bayad. Diba? Ang objective nito is, pagkatapos nito, at the end of all of this, mauubos natin yung 6,000 beats natin. We will reach our expiry date.
Sulit natin ang buhay. Sulit natin ang haba ng buhay natin.
Ano, hinintay mo lang tumibok yung puso mo hanggang 6 billion, tapos nag-goodbye ka na. Wala nangyari. Wala kang marka, wala kang tulungan. Di ba? You guys are doing a fantastic thing right now.
Thank you, Sir
Kasi
Robert.
yun ang importante, magkaroon ka ng, may matulungan ka. Kasi otherwise, you're just the selfish son of a God. Na it's all about you, yourself. No?
Kaya nga nag-starting kami na ganito. Tama, Sir Robert. Dahil, aral ka ng aral, di ba? Maya't maya, nag-aaral ka, parang gusto mo na i-share. Kahit kanino, gusto mo na i-kwento. Basta pagawa tayong podcast. Kaming dalawa na nagkwentuhan. Ay, napalo ba ito? Yung mga ganyan. Ano ba yan? Nabasa mo ba yan? Sabi ko, start tayo ng podcast.
Ano nga lang kasi nga, kaya nga believe ako, kasi it also takes courage para gawin yung ginagawa nyo. Kasi may mga manunood nito na ibabash lang kayo. Wala pa tayo. Diba?
We don't care. Eto.
Because a lot of people won't agree with us. A lot of them, may echo chamber tayo na nakakarinig ng discussion na to. Kayo, ganyan. Either they'll call us, I don't know what they'll call us. I don't know what they'll call you. But whatever it is, ang gusto natin, for those who will pick up the good things that we are going to talk about, pick it up. No?
Diba?
Kung ayun, huwag nyo maabot sana yung 6,000. Kung ayaw nyo maabot yung 6 billion bits nyo. Ayaw nyo diba? Kung gusto nyo maabot yung 6 billion bits nyo by the age of 50 or bahala kayo.
Naalala ko yung sabi mo sa akin before, Sir Robert, yung, sino ba yun? May nagsabi sa'yo na, ang buhay ngayon, hindi pahabaan, pasarapan. Sa galing yun, hindi ba?
Correct.
Yung kwento sa akin before.
Pasarapan, pahaba. It's the story of, actually, the story of yung buzzard and the eagle. Yung story ng buzzard at eagle, sabi ng eagle, sabi niya, "Uy, buzzard!" Sabi niya yung vulture. Haba ng buhay mo kasi umaabot ng 50 to 70 years yan. Ang buhay ng isang vulture. Haba, buhay mo. Sabi ko, paano ginagawa yan? Hindi, sumunod ka sa akin. Kainin mo yung kinakain ko, biyahin mo ako. Sinundan ni eagle si buzzard. Ang kinakain mo, utsa, mga tira, baho. Mga scavenger eh.
Scavenger.
Sabi ko, pangit na kinakain mo. Sabi niya, I'd rather live the short life of an eagle than the long life of a buzzard. Pero hindi din. Oo. We can have it both ways. Actually, ito, and it's really grace from God. Dati, pangarap lang yun eh. You have to choose. Why can't you have it both ways? You can live the life that you want and live it long.
Hindi na ganun ka ngayon, Sir Robert. Hindi yung sobrang, if you want to be extra healthy, parang daming sacrifices, di ba? Dogmatic. Bawal yan. Bawal masarap, di ka na buhay na maayos. At least ngayon, tama, yung magandang message na sinabi mo, yung talagang nare-reset ka the next day. Talagang pwede mo talagang, di ba? Baga meron kang cleaning, di ba? So kahit ako victim pa rin ako niyan ng mga ganyan. Ito. Nagpa-fast na ako, nalagay na yan. Pero ayokong kumain ng organic egg, ayokong kumain ng ganyan, or dapat ganito, yung meat, di ba, yung mga taba, o dapat ganyan. Or,
Ako
minimize.
ngayon, ginagawa ko, pipili ko yung mga karne, bibili ako. Siya, madami-daming taba ito. Madami ito. Gusto ko to. Pagka masyadong lean, sabi ko, buta, hindi ganun kasarapan. Yeah, only that. Una, I'm trying to reach the calories. My main objective is to hit the calories. I can't do. Nagulat ako, hirap pala kainin ng kalahating kilong karne. Isang kilong karne, ang hirap pala kainin yan. Ang hirap pala kainin. Yung isang kilong karne, isang meal.
Workout mo, kamusta naman, si Robert? Regular pa rin.
Ang workout ko, mild cardio ako, tapos hypertrophy. I know I lack, kasi, you know what? Exercise, autophagy can also be achieved through exercise.
Exercise, exactly.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Alam mo ginagawa natin dati? Yung oxygen debt circuits.
Yeah. Push-ups, squat, chin-ups.
Oo. That is actually autophagy. Yung tinatawag nating NDE, near death experience. Yung halos mamamatay ka na.
Narinig ko rin ito dun sa isang longevity,
gagawin ko pa rin. Hindi ko pa ulit ginagawa. I haven't done that for a while. But I'll do that.
Question, sir. What's your take with supplementation?
Yeah.
Supplementation.
Actually, supplementation is the word supplementation means in addition to, no? Kulang nga. I would agree with supplementation, especially with micronutrients. Kasi micronutrients is something that you are always deficient in. Micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, magnesium yan. Sikat ang magnesium, sikat ngayon ng NAD, vitamin B3. These are all micronutrient supplementation. I'm all for that. Kasi sa totoo lang, makukulangan talaga. Sabi nila, makukuha natin yan sa fruits and vegetables. Oo. Kung sa diet mo nga, hindi mo nga makuha ng tamang calories eh. Sa totoo lang, kumain ako ng apple isang araw. Parang puputok na ako eh. Kasi nga, I'm trying to get my vitamins that way. Sabi ko, hindi kakayanin to. That's why it's okay to get your micronutrients. Pero yung macronutrients, supplementation ng macronutrients, katulad ng proteins, proteinuria na yan eh. With what we're going through. Well, it's really hard on our liver when we overdose ourselves with protein. Diba? Well, kung kulang ka, kung sa tingin mong kulang ka, then do it by all means. Macronutrients. If your diet is insufficient with insufficient, hindi mo makuha yung protein mo sa diet mo, then take it. But you only take it when you are lacking. You supplement. That's the word supplement. Pero yung ang siguradong kulang tayo is micronutrients. Vitamin supplements. Diba? Vitamin supplements, minerals. Nauuso ngayon yung mga, sa akin, ng vitamin D3. Naubusan na nga ako eh. Vitamin D3, vitamin E, A, C, E. Yan ang mga ano ko, tsaka multivitamins. Those are very important micronutrients. That's good. Pero yung protein, again, you have to daan mo sa pagkain. Kung kulang, hindi mo makuha sa pagkain, then by all means, take it. Go.
Ako for convenience lang Sir Robert eh. For convenience na lang dahil nga trabaho.
Kunyari, convenient kasi sa'yo, kaysa mag-prepare ka pa, aalis ka pa, di ba? Or magpe-prepare ka ng pagkain sa bahay, pagdating mo, kakainin mo, hindi na masarap. Di ba? Kasi malamig na, hindi naman. Inumin ko na lang yung protein ko. Might as well drink my protein. That's fine. Because we have to understand the word supplementation. The word is in addition to. What you lack in, kung nagkulang ka, dagdagan mo. That's supplementation. It's not bad. Sabi ko nga, it's not bad. Supplementation is fantastic. Kasi, I will admit, hindi mo makakuha lahat yan. Hindi mo makukuha yan as much as you want. Hindi mo makukuha yan. Hindi mo makukuha. mag-aano ka talaga, magsusupplement ka talaga.
So ikaw, tinitake mo sa Robert. Vitamin D3, nagtitake ka D3?
D3E, A, zinc, multivitamins. Pero ngayon, ngayon, di pa nga ako nakakabili. I just ran out. I ran out of...
Araw. Nakakapag-araw ka si Robert.
Oo, I walk my dogs twice a day. Di ba, I walk, yun ang cardio ko. Yun ang mild cardio ko. Walking talaga. I walk every day. About 6 kilometers a day. Kaya kondisyon din yung aso ko. I walk, I walk him in the morning and at night. In the morning, that's where I get my son. Pero recently dito sa Manila, may smog. May smog.
Oo, may smog ngayon.
May smog ngayon.
Tulog. Kamusta tulog, Robert? How about sleep?
Good. Masarap, actually, sleep. Ito pa yan. Good. Ito pa. Kaya maganda rin ang fasting. Ito na naman na. Sleep. Masarap. Kaya pag nag-fasting ka, masarap ang tulog mo eh. Pag pikit mo, tulog. Di ba? Wala mo yung hirap. Di ba? Yun ang maganda. Bakit? Ba't ganun? People are asking, ba't ganun pag natulog ka? It's because of your ATP. Di ba ATP? We all know. ATP, chemical energy. Nagiging, pagka nag-exercise ka, nagamit mo yung mga phosphate molecules mo, naging triphosphate, nagiging diphosphate. Hindi ka pa pagod yan, makaka-recover ka. Set ka ulit. ATP. Pero pagka naubos yan, naging monophosphate yan. Magiging ano na yan, monophosphate. Halos tuloy-tuloy na yan. Mauubos ka agad yung mono, yung phosphate, yung last molecule ng yung phosphate mo. That is if you are glucose driven, hindi ka fat driven. Pag fat driven ka, magiging AMPK pa yan, di ba? Adenosine monophosphate ketosis. Pagka nandun ka na nag-cooperate sa monophosphate ketosis, madali mo nang i-discard yung phosphate molecules and you end up with adenosine molecule. Ang adenosine molecule, once it reaches your adenosine receptor, automatic, sasabihin niya sa utak mo, tulog na, pagod ka na. That's it. Diba? Pagka naubos na yan, adenosine na lang. Ang nangyayari kasi, pagka nagkape ka, ang kape kasi kasya din dito sa adenosine receptor. Inuunahan. Hindi makapasok si adenosine molecule doon. Hindi ka makakatulog. Kaya tayo ngayon, adenosine molecule, ubos na yan, patok. Ngayon, ina-expect ko, mahirapan na naman ako makatulog. Kasi I took a lot of carbohydrates. Marami akong adenosine ngayon, ATP. So matagal ako maamabot ng monophosphate. So it will take time bago ko kailangan kong pagurin ng sarili ko.
Kailangan ubusin muna yung ATP.
Yes, ubusin mo. Dami mo kinain.
Robert, coffee. You take coffee during your fasted stage?
No.
Wala. Zero
Wala
coffee.
Coffee. I don't take coffee. Wala, hindi na ako nag-coffee for a long time. Siguro. I don't take coffee.
Anong tinitake mo on your fasted stage?
Just water.
Water lang.
Water lang ako. Clean fast. Clean fast lang ako. I haven't taken coffee for siguro 5 years.
Ako yung stimulant ko.
Ako kasi nagbenta kami ng kape. Benta kami ng kape. I was forced to take it. Barako. Kaping barako.
Ganun na lang din sa Robert. Hindi naman yung mga instant coffee. Brewed talaga yung yun yung acceptable sa fasting stage, fasting period ko. Para saan? Para may work.
If you're very mindful on how you take your coffee, take your stimulants. If you know how to use it, stimulants, it's good. It's fantastic. Kaso nga lang, if you don't know how to use it, kagaya nga na sinabi ko, sinasayang mo lang yung bits, yung telomeres and telomerase mo. Kasi tinataas mo yung heart rate mo na hindi mo naman kailangan itaas. Itaas mo lang yun kung kailan mo gagamitin. If you remember, diba in Slimmer's World, we compute for the VO2 max. So we compute, meron tayong formula dyan eh. VO2 max in METs. Tapos sinasabi natin, kagaya nga, yung stimulants, kagaya nangyari kay Sam Boylin. It's because of stimulants. It takes so many of that drink. Yung may ahas. Ang dami niyang tinikon. Kasi nga, what happens is, tumataas yung yung tolerance mo sa exercise, hindi mo naman kaya. Hindi kaya kasi may VO2 max tayo eh. VO2 max is the maximum volume of oxygen that your body is allowed to metabolize. May limit. Kumaga, hanggang dito lang ang kaya ng katawan ko. If you take stimulants, lalagpas ka. Hindi yung mundo, ang lakas ko. Hindi. Because hindi ka kaya ng katawan mo yun. Di ba? Hindi kaya ng katawan mo. Ang the best niyan is you have to know your limits. You take your coffee, work within your limits. Hanggang dyan ka lang. Siguro i-prolong mo ng konti. And hopefully, you end by the time na matapos yung exercise mo, no, wala na rin yung kape dun sa receptor ng adenosine molecule, pwede nang pumasok si adenosine. Pag natapos yung workout mo, pahinga ka na. Allow your body to rest. Yung iba kasi, pagkatapos nun, hindi, magkakape pa ako. Para alisto ko. Gusto ko. Well, that's good. But sabi ko nga eh, kaya nga, I remember before yung argument of overtraining, there's no such thing as overtraining now. Remember that? One of our friends, one of our close friends was arguing that to me. Sabi yun, hindi sir, walang overtraining. Sabi ni yung vlogger, yung black guy na vlogger, na medyo comedic yung laki ng katawan, comedic yung sabi niya, there's no such thing as overtraining.
Ay, kilala ko yan. Basta malaki.
Di ba? Ginaya ng isa nating kliyente yan. Kilala mo rin yun kung sino. Mahilig na squat araw-araw. Tapos lagi niya sinasabi sa akin, sir, no such thing as overtraining. Sabi ko, okay. And you know what happened to him? Bumagsak yung immune system niya. Ang akala ng doktor, meron siyang AIDS. Nawala siya ng muscle mass. He ended up yung katawan niya parang babae. I saw him parang, uy. Hindi kasi nga ganun na nangyari doon. Sabi ko, tama ba ako? There is such thing as overtraining. Na-overtrain siya. And almost very fatal. Kasi, siya parang may AIDS. Yung symptoms niya was AIDS. His immune deficient. His immune system was so compromised. Ang akala ng doktor may AIDS siya. Tinanong pa daw siya kung bakla siya. Sabi ka na, tinanong siya, this is true. He told me this. Sabi, tinanong nga ako siya kung bakla ako. Bakit? Because I have all the symptoms of AIDS. Because his immune system was that bad. Kasi nga, araw-araw nagsasquat.
Kilala ko na siya. Ang kilala ko yung kuya niya.
May kapatid sa kuya siya.
Yung kuya, kilala ko. Tama.
Di ba?
Kilala ko.
Yeah, lagi mo na-argue sa akin araw-araw yun eh. Kasi lagi ko siya sinasaway. Squat na naman. Kahapon squat ka. Squat ka na naman yun. Heavy. Sabi ko, front squat kahapon eh. Back squat ngayon. Araw-araw squat ngayon. Bumagsak yung katawan niya. Alam mo, he was so embarrassed kasi yung katawan niya parang babae. I mean, nagmukha siyang girl. Parang, kasi di ba yung features niya maputi. Nagmukha siyang girl. Wala talaga yung genius. Sabi ko, well, you have to be mindful kung ano yung, I mean, in Slimmers, I'm sure you're still practicing this.
Yeah.
We have to be very particular about the intensity. The workout that we prescribe should benefit you. It should not benefit only ego. Kasi minsan, ego lang eh. Gusto ko magbuhat ko, bigat, sasabayan ko siya eh. Dapat kung ano yung kaya niya, kaya ko. Hindi ganun. We have a tailor-fit program for you based on your VO2 max, and we have a formula for that. Kung ano yung kaya mo, work within what you can do. Kung ano yung kaya mo buhatin through the Versailles equation, yun lang ang buhatin mo. Don't try to go beyond it. Hindi porke binuhat niya. Gusto mo buhatin yung bubuhatin niya, tapos magpapaspat ka lang rin naman pala. Hindi mo pala kaya yan. Bubuhatin mo. We're going to spot it, making sure na you will benefit from why I spotted you. That you will benefit from why I'm prescribing you, why I'm pushing you. I'll push you to a certain limit. Ang dyan is when we have that VO2 max. Alam mo yung VO2 max na, I mean, you saw the change. You saw it before we applied it. You were there, sakto.
Yeah.
Ang taas ng fatalities natin sa gym nun. Anong year ka ba nag-start?
2003.
2003. Inabot mo yung kasagsagan ng taon-taon may patay.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Inabot ko yan.
Inabot ko yun. Kasi nagkaroon pa tayo ng competition, ng CPR competition. Pagalingan ng bumubuhay ng kliyente. Di ba? Until we enforced the VO2 max in METS, di ba? Noong 2009. After 2009, zero deaths. Zero deaths. Wala na namamatay. Wala na. Wala na. Dati, taon-taon ang dami. 5. Every year yun, di ba? We had 5 deaths last year. We have another 5 deaths last year.
So,
ganun
yan, very important.
Diba?
Yung sinabi mo niyan, Sir Robert, yung VO2 max na yan, dapat talaga.
Max, nag-zero from 5 a year to 0. 100% improvement. Sabi ko, hindi na tayo namang problema dyan because we know exactly what we're prescribing. And we know exactly kasi yun nga, in the big picture, if you don't know how to prescribe exactly the exercise that you're supposed to prescribe, hindi nakakatulong yung piniprescribe ng exercise. Kumbaga, shotgun, simple lang yung exercise. The prescription of exercise is shotgun. Some will benefit from it, some will die.
Yeah, exactly.
Diba? Sabi ko, hindi. We have to be precise. Pag ako nag-prescribe sa'yo, you should benefit from it. You should live a long life. You should be healthy. You should look fantastic. You should feel good. That's it. Yeah. Sabi ko, slimmer, healthier, happier.
Ganda.
Yun ang
message na yan. Oh. Siguro, ano na lang tayo? Final message, Sir Robert.
Final message?
Yung mga dapat
for those
gawin.
Ako, para sa akin for those who are listening, those who are, kasi we only have 6 billion beats. Let's make the most out of it, especially for those of us who are in the same echo chamber. Let's not stay in this echo chamber. Let's echo it outside. Let's step out of the chamber. No? Sometimes kailangan natin gumawa ng something radical para kasi we have to be heard and help. Kasi mauubos yung natin What legacy will we leave? Ano yung i-share natin? Pagkatapos tayo, sasabihin natin kay God, pag tinanong ka, anong ginawa mo? Wala po. Laki ako ng katawan. Gandang bumilip. Dami sa akin Dami gunugan ko sa akin. Lakas ko daw Sabi ko, yun lang. Diba? Wala ka na tulungan. Dapat naman na-share mo yan. And that's what we want. That's what we want to do. And guys, I applaud you guys for doing this work.
Thank you, Sir Robert.
It is thankless task that you're doing. Wala bang magte-thank you sa dito. Hopefully meron. Kung may mag-thank you sa inyo, I'll be the first one to thank you for doing this. You're doing such a hindi din, well, at least you tried. If we reach out at marami kayong good. Kung wala, you tried, that's fantastic. That's the effort there.
Tried.
Yes.
That's what matters.
Correct.
Diba?
Mga basher, sabi ko sa kanya, basta clear tayo sa goal natin to share information sa ating mga kababayan. Huwag nating basher na yun.
Bashers ba? Sabi ko na meron yan Meron yan, hindi mo yan. I mean, at least we're not doing this. Actually, maganda yung bashers, totoo lang Yun na nagpasikat kay Rendon.
Tama.
Diba sinabi ko na sa inyo dati yan Styling yan, it's a marketing ploy. Mas maganda yung may basher. Actually, kung may basher, huwag kayong magalit, don't get emotional. Kasi pag may basher, dadami yung content. Maraming, maganda nga sagutin mo Huwag mo bastusin, sagutin mo. Kasi pag magkakaroon ng discussion, dumadami yung content.
Magandang advice yan for us. Tama, sagutin natin.
Kasi si Rendon.
Welcome back.
Si Rendon nga. Si Rendon nga, yun nga, talagang sinasadya niya, maliin yung sabihin niya. Come on, sabi ko, you really think ang cable crossover is for your upper chest? Come on. At tapos yung climb daw para sa lower chest. Sabi ko, di ba niloloko tayo niyan? Di ba there's something fishy? That's obviously wrong. That's sense. Pero I'm sure he's not that. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi yumaman siya because of that. He gained traction because of doing that. Kaso nga lang, he went a little too far. Sabi ko, create yan. Okay yan. Yung create a discussion. make a discussion. Take that as an opportunity pagka binash kayo. Ay, mali yung sinabi mo. O sige, ano ba sa tingin mo? What is your opinion about this? What is your opinion about this? Kagaya ko, marami ako sinabi. Naku, putik yan, baka maraming basher yan. Ha? Sigurado ako dyan sa mga sinabi ko. Maraming basher yan. Kasi, the things I discussed, nobody would discuss publicly. I discussed it. Ako, baka maraming magalit sa akin. Kaso nga lang, wala akong platform para sagutin sila. You have the platform.
Accepted pa yan dito, Sir Robert. Kasi din sa atin, Pilipinas dito, tsaka sa mga medyo mas western country, yan. Mas accepted pa yung mga sinabi mo na yan. Pero pag sa Pilipinas, for sure, maraming bashers yan.
Well, just sa western, hindi tayo, kasi nagtagalog tayo. Hindi sila makakahilig dito. Sa Pilipinas, talaga maghihilig.
Naglalagay ko lang ng subtitles. Naglalagay ko ng subtitles.
Ito mga bashers na to. Actually, it's good. It's good for your platform. That's good for your platform. As long as you address them na maayos, kahit ba sila, maganda yan. Kasi namadagdag yung content mo eh. Di ba, mababayaran ka kung maraming engagement eh. Bashing creates engagement. Yeah. Baka mag-viral ka pa.
Lesson yan, okay.
Okay.
Yan, ganda. Diba? May mga tatanong ka pa ba kay Sir Robert?
Maraming salamat.
Sir Robert.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for guesting me.
Masusundan pa to.
It's always a pleasure to
Masusundan pa sa itong kwentuhan natin na to, Sir Robert. Sana. Marami pa tayo mga...
Kasama nito ni RG. Araw-araw kami, hindi kami naubusan ng kwentuhan eh.
Oo, hinahanap tayo. Sir Robert, duty ako. Kwentuhan tayo.
Walang katapusan kwentuhan yan. Araw-araw. Walang katapusan. Yung mga yung mga issue lalo na mga issue sa Facebook, yung nadaganan, kita mo yung nadaganan.
Ay, grabe yan. Sir Robert, yung nadaganan sa
squat. Ano nangyari doon? Sabi ko, sino mali? Siyempre, mali yung spot. Mali yung spot. Sabi ko, dapat pinag-usapan yung bailout technique. Sabi ko, masyadong mabigat. Sabi ko, hindi totoo mabigat. Sa powerlifting competition, laging super bigat. Ba't wala namang namamatay sa powerlifting competition? Di ba? Powerlifting, sobrang bigat. Record-breaking nga eh. The heaviest ever. Hindi naman namamatay. Kasi nga, yung bailout technique, alam na nila. If I'm going to bail out forward, I'm going to bail out forward. Lahat ng efforts natin, bail out forward. Kung ihulog ko sa likod, ihulog ko sa likod. Eh, ang problema, sinubukan ihulog ng bata paharap, hinatak siya ng tatay niya palikod. Eh, di natupi yung bata. Yung sabi ko, patay. Baklilig. Natupi siya, di ba? Natupi siya. Kaya siya namatay. Dumaan dito, hindi nag-roll. Dapat yan mag-roll kung forward bailout ka. Forward bailout, yun ang balak ng bata eh. Forward bailout. Hindi siya nakapag-forward bailout. Hinatak siya ng tatay niya, natumba pa, napaupo pa siya eh. Ayun, sabi ko, mistakes, yun ang communication. Mistakes ang you cannot, if you don't communicate, yan, delikado.
Okay.
Life pa.
Alright, Sir Robert. Susunod. Okay.
Sige, sir. Thank you, mga sirs.
Salamat talaga. No? Maraming salamat sa aming sa pagtanggap ng invitation.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you, guys.
Dami namin take away dito sa kasi kami medyo dogmatic pa ako, strict eh. Pagdating sa mga ganyan. Parang hindi tama. Hindi ko na-neglect ko yung function ng autophagy. Medyo wala yung tiwala ko sa autophagy. Pero tama ka. Kaya ko yung mga batang nakakain na nga, hindi namamatay. Diba, mga batang bansa?
Meron pa dyan, yung mga nagbabasura, nasusugatan sa basurahan, hindi na tetano.
Hindi na tetano,
Tayo, patay. Diba? Kasi kain tayo ng kain.
Kasi tayo ng kain. Tama. Okay. Maraming salamat, Sir Robert. Hanggang sa susunod. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.